This one, I guess we have to be prepared for this to be cut to shit. We've got Gene the Jesus Machine from your left to your right. Far over there in the corner is Gene the Jesus Machine, the man with more forehead than brains. You got Lanny Walnuts, who's in a hotel room, it seems, and I'm dead certain there's not a $5,000 a night Tulsa hooker in that room playing Toop Toop, Who's Got the Toop. This guy looks like their accountant, and obviously this is their father. Huh? You don't know what now? This is the guy they bring on to while they make jokes about how old Joe Biden is. It's going to be the whole thing. It's going to be like, one second. I think Joe Biden is too old to be in office, if you ask me. Anybody that old isn't got the mental capacity to make those kind of big, important... As a matter of fact, I think people that old shouldn't even be allowed to vote at this point. Where's my pudding? I want soup. Sorry. So, I just think it's funny when these fuckheads all want to say, you need a shawl over my shoulders. It's true. I also need to I have a white head wig over there. I just don't feel like doing it. It's just too much. I was like, I got to make I'm making some of my own proprietary characters right now, and there's a lot of hit and miss. That's right. Again, this is morning show shit. We got a show to get to. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Gene the Jesus Machine, Lanny Walnuts, and these two fuckheads, who those two guys on the end prophesied a red wave. Lanny backs away from it now. He was being the dubious one. And Gene, I don't know where Hank Kuhneman is. They probably bring him in at some point. And we'll see if they do this weird thing on Flashpoint where they cut out the meat of what someone says just to cover their ass. It's really odd, but let's see. This is called So What's Next? Post-midterm discussion. Oh, hold on.
There was supposed to be a red wave. What do we do? You guys aren't giving us the truth. Everybody got it wrong. What's going on? What?
What? What do you mean? What do you think I am, a fucking prophet? It's not like we tell you the Lord speaks through us to you. Hey, don't blame the messenger. Blame the... Sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
What position should we be taking as believers right now?
What do you mean? What position should we take? You're the ones who said what was going to happen, fucko. You're not suddenly in the audience going, this show sucks. What a jerk.
Well, the first thing first, the Bible said that we must redeem the time because the days are evil. We know that a lot of...
We got to redeem our time because the days are evil? What? Do you reclaim your time? What do you mean redeem the time? You don't get a do-over, fuck. This is... What?
The wrong things are going on. So I think people were shocked. But Gene and I
wasn't.
Really mean this. This is the last days. This.
Shut the fuck up. It's got to be the end times. I've never been wrong before. Yeah, time to get your pancake batter, crawl into your kerosene tank, and wait out the end times. By the way, why wear clothing? Why don't you just walk around buck naked? Because since the Lord's going to take you up and leave your clothes behind, why don't you just go ahead and donate them to charity? Please don't. I don't need a bunch of these dickheads walking around naked.
This is righteousness and unrighteousness.
It's Jesse the potted plantus.
Righteousness rubbing together, and it's called...
Uh-oh. We're going to rub our righteousness together? Jesse Duplantis. Jesse the human fern Duplantis.
This is the last days. This is righteousness and unrighteousness rubbing together. And it's...
Yummy. Sorry, but that sounds like a good weekend to me. I love when righteousness and unrighteousness bump uglies. It's not look, if the devil and the Lord want to knock boots, who am I to jump in between them? You know what I'm saying, Jesse?
It's causing the friction.
Oh boy, is it, man. It's getting me hot right in the crystals.
And that's what we're seeing. This is the days of Noah.
Noah Wiley? Wait, no account for taste? What do you mean?
You see what I'm saying? The Bible says,
No, I don't.
it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the
Oh, so it's going to rain. I see. All right, this is the Flashpoint weather report. Fuck me.
Son of Man shall come. So when people
Good for him.
understand what I'm saying
Quit it.
here is that
I don't understand what you're
we
saying.
have to think like them. And the way to defeat someone, you got to know your enemy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, in the biblical sense. I'm just getting to know my enemy. And shit.
And then think like him and then do something he wasn't expecting to do.
But you would expect it if you were him. You would go, never mind.
So I am not really, even though I saw all this happening, I wanted a red wave and we like that and everything, but I made it my mind that God's got this and God will have his way no matter what anybody says. God's going to have his way.
Mm-hmm. Boy, is he. And I think it's important to everybody on the show today that we do our official prayer where we all reach down, close our eyes, a blindfold is proper, and grab your ankles and salute the Lord with the crack of your ass. And what happens shall be. Moon River. Whew. Thank you, Doc. You ever serve time?
And Jesus is coming whether people believe it or not.
I suppose so. You can't say when, though, because that's also in the Bible. But the Bible. When do you guys ever read that?
I've had people say, I don't believe that. I said, that don't change it. It doesn't make any difference. It's still the truth.
On the election.
Yeah, yeah. You're getting a little, that, I know we're a religious channel, but he tends to drone on and on about, God and Jesus. So can we cut that out later? Yeah, we'll cut that in editing.
Give us some good news.
Give us some good news. You're not currently on fire.
Yeah, so I have studied this thoroughly, and I want to agree with something Jesse said, and I want to tell our viewers what you do about it, okay?
Yeah, what do you do besides grab your ankles?
He said you need to be street smart.
Well, yeah, you can't just walk up to anybody and proposition them. You got to know who's working and who takes the money. And then, of course, obviously, you got to watch out for fentanyl. Obviously, there's certain neighborhoods you're not going to want to go trick-or-treating in as a grown person in a costume in the middle of the day in November.
Jesus says you need to be shrewd or cunning as a snake or a serpent. It sounds like, what?
What? Those aren't shrewd or cunning. I got one of those stuck in the tires of my automatic lawnmower the other day. That doesn't seem very shrewd or very cunning.
And the serpent, the evil one. Jesus said, be cunning as a serpent and innocent as a dove. Our motives have to stay pure, but we need to start playing by this game, the street fight, right?
No, because a street fight wouldn't be innocent as a dove. The dove would fly away and not engage in violence. So if there's a street fight, off it goes. You understand how this? Oh, fuck.
So here's
Please edit him like you did Jesse, quickly.
the picture God gave me. On one hand, there's all the issues we can get into later if you want to go deep. Do it. It's like going into...
What the fuck happened on the other hand? You can't just cut... I'm not editing these things. Can I just say that out in case you've never seen me do a Flashpoint clip before? What the fuck? They're just gonna edit it, just gonna take out the meat of all the arguments. Do they not expect anybody to watch this, or are they just they get views by old people going, my computer's broken. I don't know what's happening. Apparently my grandson needs to come over and fix my Wi-Fi. I don't understand. I was watching Flashpoint on my brand new iPad I just got from my grandson. And after I got done clearing my browser history, I was trying to watch a video from Flashpoint, but there's a glitch in my Wi-Fi that keeps taking the meat of the conversation out. I'm not even sure how that's possible. I've got to be completely frank. It's like a mistake, but it operates like a laser beam. I think it's DARPA. I've been watching some of that Joe Reagan or whatever his name is, and he's been telling me they've got a machine up in the sky that blasts smarts out of your brain, and I'm fairly certain that happened to me. I'm fairly certain.
To a football game and saying, I'm going to give you the first 4 quarters and I'm only going to play in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. We're never going to win those kind of games. Right. We got to play by those rules, even if we want to change those rules. I don't know if that's making sense.
Nope. No, you lost me. When you said 4 quarters, I got to be honest, as a kid who grew up playing upright video games, I was like, 4 quarters, I mean, that's 1 game of Battlezone, 1 game of Donkey Kong, 1 game of Miss Pac-Man, and then I try to get 1 level up on Dragon Slayer. Yeah, that's it. Because I mean, otherwise I'm going to dump all 4 quarters in Dragon Slayer and I'm all day.
But that's what we got to do, and then I can analyze the other thing, which is...
What's your take?
Yeah, thanks for cutting out his analyzing the other thing, Gene. What is this shit? What are they posting?
Takeaways today, when you think back on Tuesday.
Gene, you're live at an extended stay, clearly trying to stay one step ahead of the federales.
It's Tuesday. What are you seeing happening in the nation?
And more to the point, what are you seeing with truck stop hookers?
Well, first of all, let's admit the fact, as I believe you've often said, Gene, it may be a rude awakening before the Great Awakening. And so here we are. We are at the place where we're having a rude awakening. My frustration is...
Yeah, they cut out the rest of his rude awakening.
...is of all the multiple millions of dollars that goes into McCarthy and McConnell's coffers, the RNC, Ronna McDaniel...
Yeah, you seem to be very focused on the things of man. Does anybody else? That stand out to anybody else? That these people who believe in God's plan and Jesus' plan and the righteousness of their path are really concerned about the minutia.
Kevin McCarthy and if the...
By the way, that's not a house. He's not in a house. Look at the door. That's I want to say a Holiday Inn extended stay. Maybe an A-loft. Yeah, might be an A-loft. I've stayed in a lot of hotels. Look at the latches on the door. Look at that, and that. Yeah, that's a hotel.
If these guys have the war chest, why aren't they beating the drums? Why do we have to come down, us preachers, have to come down off the hill, the territory God called us in ministry, and we got to get involved?
You don't. As a matter of fact, fuckhead, you might be part of the problem. Here's an idea. Go back to your fucking hill and stay in your little unpaved lane up there and talk about virtue and goodness and all those traits that you're supposed to exemplify as a Christian and that have nothing to do with materially how you act in the world as long as you stay within them. What the...
With domestic politics. You know why?
Again, I think it's your fault. I know we were going to blame Ben Shapiro, and we agreed on that, but I think it's time to blame Lanny Walnuts.
Because the system's a cesspool and has to be fixed.
Yes, and no better person to fix it than Lanny Walnuts, king of the extended stay.
It's not time to back down. It's not time to give up.
Again, give up is a phrase about giving to God and letting God take care of it. That's literally what the phrase means.
I don't want to hear anyone whining and crying. The prophet said this, the prophet said that. Let me tell you.
You don't even know what it takes to be a fucking prophet, huh? If it's so fucking easy, why don't you do the profiting then, huh? Why don't you go tell me what God said, fuckhead, if you don't fucking know, huh? What the fuck? I just told you what he told me. It's not my fucking fault that it turned out not to be God. It turned out to be my MAGA neighbor upstairs, and I was hearing him scream at his wife through the fucking floor. That's not the fuck. It's a mistake anybody can make. Just leave me alone. You know what I mean? Just, why don't you tell me what God wants? I'm lost. What a dick.
Something. God's saying something to America right now.
Yes, he's saying, Lanny, shut the fuck up.
I believe now we can hear the Lord. He's going to say, you thought you were going to have a red wave.
What an asshole. Yeah, they did, because you told them they were. In fucking prophet said, shut the fuck up. Who's the prophet here? I didn't say when. I said vaguely, somewhere, just like when I tell you Jesus is coming back. Sometime between 15 minutes from now and 6,000 years. I don't fucking know. It's not like God ages. He blinks and a billion years go by. He's extratemporal. How the fuck am I supposed to know what his fucking to-do list is?
And a political healing was going to fix the land. The United States is going to get redeemed because of inflation and crime and a border problem.
Yeah, God can't handle big problems like that. He's got tidal waves to prepare.
I'll tell you what, I don't think God wants us talking about our problem with inflation and crime. I think he wants to talk about our relationship with him.
Well, then why the fuck weren't you? I honest to God, these assholes are chastising their own viewers for thinking that politics is where they should put their effort, because these assholes literally created this Flashpoint show for that purpose. And now they're mad at people for listening to them. Now, granted, this is like Trump's contempt for women, especially any woman who would fuck him. He knows he's gross. He has low self-esteem. He's disgusted by his own body and his own face. So if any woman would even think about sleeping with him, she's contemptible and disgusting. Because if she doesn't know how gross he is, she's got to be stupid. And if she does know and she still hangs around, she's gross. She's disgusting herself. So this is Lanny Walnuts doing with his own fucking crowd.
That's right.
I think the Almighty is sending a message.
Yes, he's sending a message. Lanny, get the fuck off my TV.
You're going to get right with God, America, or you're going to be in the rumble seat for a while. That's what I think God's saying.
The rumble seat?
I think you're.
I think that's absolutely correct. God damn it. Now, I may look like a dinner theater Jason Robards, but I know a thing or two about a thing or two. And let me tell you, I've only had one erection in my entire life that didn't produce a child, and I'm childless. But it was during the trailer. I was at a secular movie. Don't ask me which one. I don't know. I think it was a Kevin Sorbo double feature when he was a child actor. I loved him when he was a boy. It's a long story. Anyways, the ad for Something Wicked This Way Comes came on the air, and I thought it was I thought there would be a lot more goo in it.
Absolutely right, Lance.
No, he isn't. If he's absolutely right, shut your fucking show down right now.
And I believe that's exactly, one of the things that we agree with Joe Biden on, this is the battle for the soul of America. And that is exactly what we're doing. All right, I'm going to get back to you, Joe.
Yeah, where are you taking it then? If you agree with him that it's a battle for the soul of America, are you on the side of violent insurrection and evil?
But before I do,
Apparently.
let me show you some good things that happen in all places. New York. Look at this. This GOP hold in New York, California, seat number 40 in the 41st district.
Yeah, that was in New York.
Ken Calvert was the winner there. There's the tweet. If you can see it, guys, can you put
Nope, we can't see
that?
it.
Oh, that was.
No, they could edit out the substance of the other guy's conversations, but they could not put a tweet on screen. Why? My whole fucking system costs about $6,500 all in. With a rotating change to update shit. I know. Don't get me started on how deep I am with gear that didn't work. This is $1 million enterprise weekly. Can I get that tweet up on screen? Do we have that? Can we put the tweet on screen? I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of cutting out all the consonants in Lanny Wallnau's statement, so it kind of makes sense.
That was California. Okay, sorry, California. That's what
Yeah, that wouldn't be New York, but it's close.
that is, California.
There's a lot of Jews in both places, I guess is where you're going.
I'm thinking about New York. So there's a seat that was held. Here's New York, number 4, Anthony D'Esposito. A flip. Look at that. In New York, a flip. District number 4. There he is, number 4. And, you know, these things that these are not races that are the big ones that you're hearing about. Yet.
Yeah, they're all back up again in 2024. Fucking meaningless. And they're split districts where the people won't be able to just go straight MAGA. They're going to have to vote for normal shit.
Yet they're very, very important. Look at this. New York, District 19 in the House, Mark Molinaro. Another flip red. Good news. That's a good
Because of redistricting in New York. We know that.
thing. Mark Molinaro. What else we got here? New York, in the 22nd District.
Couldn't you cut out the meat of this bullshit? We've seen this.
Brandon Williams. Again, that's a hold in this New York that we're all concerned.
A hold, great. Two flips and a hold. I mean, what are you telling me? There was no red wave
About crime and everything happening there. There are some flips there, Lance, that we're seeing, which is good news, and it's all across America. But the untold win that's really happening everywhere that you're not going to see on any
We're not going to see
mainstream news.
is, and Lanny's waiting to hear it, what could that possibly be, is that Jesus came back. He's here, everybody. He just told us he's here, and he's actually not going to sit upon a throne. He just wants us to love everyone equally and be as charitable as you can, and which is easy for somebody who's the Son of God and can defy death to say, while the rest of us have to live in the real world. Get him! Sorry.
Channel is the fact school boards and
Fucking school boards.
record numbers are being flooded with people who are there, Republicans that are there. And I say Republicans because they're the only ones standing up for anything close to biblical values. They're in there.
No, you're not. You don't think Democrats are like judge not lest ye be judged, love thy enemy, love thy neighbor as thyself? None of that. No.
Flipping school
Flipping. So it flipped back.
boards. I know here locally, a lot of these boards have been flipped. Huge numbers have changed, from wildly left liberals to conservatives. This is a big win, Lance. That's where we have to change America from the bottom up, not just from the top. We got to change it from the bottom up.
And here's the thing about
We got to cut mid conversation into Lanny Walnuts.
the House, Gene. We didn't take it with a tsunami, with a mandate, with a red wave, but we took enough of it, and we'll take enough of it to be able to control the gavel.
Hang on to that thought.
And this is a mercy of God, because if what's coming is what I think is coming.
Well, you've been aces so far. Geez, has he been wrong about anything? I'm just fucking with you. Nothing. Not right on not anything. So, but hey, let's keep throwing good money after bad. Lanny Walnuts is the cryptocurrency of Flashpoint.
Then the dumpster fire that's going to be the next 2 years of the Biden administration, including the economy, will not be able to be blamed on Republicans. If we had a red wave.
Oh my God. So they have no solution to fix it is the point. They couldn't possibly. It's going to, the entire economy is going to take a shit, allegedly. And they're not going to be able to blame it on Republicans because we don't have a big enough margin to fuck the whole thing up. And by the way, I'll remember this, by the way, put a pin in this so that when it actually gets better, we can go back to this moment and go, hey, Lanny, you're going to take credit for it now?
You'd have all the lying mouths of the news media saying, oh, the Republican Congress, the Republican Senate, blah, blah. They can't say that now. It's not that big red wave. So now the Biden administration.
Look at G like, yeah, that's good. That's a good point. That's a good point. we can totally deny responsibility if things go bad. That's leadership.
Is going to have to own everything that happens from here on out.
I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that.
Is going to be parked on his desk.
If the Republicans
Let me tell you something else. God damn it, you bunch of fruitcakes. Let me settle in there. You tell them what's up. God damn it.
will come together in
That's right.
unity.
We're going to come together right now. Over me.
And the church come together in unity.
Yeah, there's a lot of coming going on. There's a lot of coming and going. If somebody would just stick around after they come, we wouldn't have to wait for them to come back before they come again.
He said, come together in the unity of the faith. It didn't
Well, obviously, if you can come together, that's always preferable. But you know, it's a good, nice guys finish last because they let the lady go first.
say the unity of doctrine. I mean, people are going to have different points of view on a lot of different things.
I don't believe that at all. That's not the case.
But if we come together in the unity of the faith, then the nation will come together.
Is that some sort of a receptacle or something? Is that some sort of like a suckle juck? I haven't seen one of those since, oh gosh, that's back in the day. That was March, I think.
Together in the unity of the faith. You see, that's what I'm talking about. I think that's why Ronald Reagan won the way he did, because he made you.
Oh, yes, that's right. Ronald Reagan won by making a deal with the Iranians to swap arms for hostages to make Jimmy Carter look bad, and traded with an enemy in a way to get him into office. And I think that's the way we ought to do it from now on. That's the Christian way.
You feel like you were a good person. He made you feel like America was a.
Yeah, he made you feel that way while Iran-Contra was going on. But, you know, look, feelings are more important than reality.
Great place.
You know what? The Lord, I remember the Lord said in Jacob, verse 7, book 2, subsection D, fuck your feelings. I'm paraphrasing from the Greek, of course.
So you're always going to have the naysayers and say, but I made up my mind that God's word is true. But I
don't think that's how it works. I could be wrong. You know what? I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I've just made up my mind that I'm right. It's so easy. I don't know why I haven't been doing this the whole fucking time. Life is going to be so easy from now on. Check, please. I think you'll find that this meal was free. This is the bill. I don't believe it. Thank you very much, lady. That's all right. Excuse me, what? I don't believe you're a police officer. I was just having my lunch, and I believe I'm going to drive home.
I was born.
I believe those handcuffs won't hold me. I believe I'm above your laws as a servant of the Lord.
At night, but not last night. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
And I got enough sense.
We know you weren't born last night. You're older than dinosaur farts, son.
To know what is going on. So Paul said, I become.
Thank you for cutting out the middle of what he was saying and getting on with it. But it's probably, can he cut down on the titty gestures a lot? This is driving me a little crazy. It's like he's like ghost fondling himself. It's worrisome.
All things to all people. Well, I tell you what, we as a nation need to do that instead of just fighting each other. We could change California in a second. We can change New York in a second. That's not hard to do.
That's not hard to do. We just don't want to. Too full of Jews, you understand? Too many of them. Don't like it. It's kind of weird. They walk around on Saturday, won't use an oven. It's sickening.
Everybody just thinks it is, you see?
Yeah, they just think, which is I think that's the first part of your problem, is the thinking. Once you stop thinking, everything's going to be all right.
I won't go start preaching on that because I'm not trying to cause you problems. I'll preach Jesus Christ and Him crucified. That's one person we can come together in.
Absolutely. Come together, and this business will be like that. And, once you... Shit, they're locked. I'm stuck. This is not good. Somebody, goddamn it, call the ambulance, Clara. Shit. You're watching House Parks Mega Worldwide. That's Flashpoint, or at least Flashpoint chopped salad, responding to the midterms and how they absolutely fucking lied to their followers, sold a bunch of bullshit, and now they're mad because people are calling them on it.